All right, everybody, welcome back to Wakefield High School, 14-13, Washington lead with the lead. Chris, talk about this play, the very last play of the first half.
Yeah, here's the last play here's the last play, and if you look, the offensive line as well as the quarterback pile, they're all past the goal line there.
Here it is again.
I mean, look at the green jerseys. I mean, there's not a green jersey past the goal line. Look at their feet, they're all past the goal line. There's no way he didn't score there. I mean, if you see Powell there, number one, he's past the goal line. That's 6 points, Wakefield.
So that is 6 points that they did not get. They did not come up with. They were turned away, I guess you could say.
And the worst part about it is that on a play like that at the end of the half, it just seemed like there was no urgency by the officials to make a call.
Not at all. Not at all.
To even blow the whistle that the play was dead.
Because the players could have called a timeout.
Correct.
They still had a good 2 or 3 seconds where they could have had a whistle blown. They could have called a timeout, but they just sat there like, duh, did he score or not? And they just, from their vantage point, there were so many people and so many players in a scrum, they couldn't tell.
Yeah, unfortunate situation for Wakefield. Points they needed going into the half.
And now they have to kick off to open up the second half. Whereas they could have had a
touchdown at the end of the half. You get that big brother momentum on your side going in. Okay.
All right.
So let's see what happens here as we start the second half. I had a feeling that they're not going to kick it deep.
Wakefield now will kick off. And you're right. Of course, they didn't kick it deep. They better get that ball, though, Washington Lee.
You know, it's surprising you watch even at football at every level.
Yeah.
It's like the players forget that little sense of urgency that that's a live ball. They kind of forget about that sometimes, and it's just like, you know, you kind of get on that ball. Drives coaches crazy on the sideline.
All right, Washington Lee now will take over at their own 30-yard line. Pretty decent field position.
Curious to see how they open up the second half. If they're going to keep it on the ground, if they're going to open it up in the air.
All right, there is a pitch to Gomez. He loses it. Got to get back on it. Loses about 11 yards on that play. He lost the pitch. And it'll be second down and long as we start off the second half here. There you see mumbling, stumbling, fumbling inside the 20-yard line.
Once again, remind you that this game is being televised tonight.
And now you see him on the sideline there. Looks like he caught a cramp.
Yeah.
Verizon 38 announcers are Ashteen Benab and Yorktown announcer Chris Williams is joining him tonight. Welcome to Wakefield. Once again, this game can be seen just Wednesday.
Now you got to remember, coming out first play, second half, a little crisp night. It's a little cooler than it's been all season. Kids may not be ready for it.
Okay, this is
they do a great job.
Second and 20 now. There was a pitch out, about 2 yards on the gain.
Flag on the play.
Yep. All right, call it about a yard, so it'll be third down and 19 from the 21. Got to get to the 40 for a first. Devon Lyons now the receiver on the near side. 3 of them. Trips left. Looking at Lyons. Fakes it, pumps it, goes back to him. He's got him. Complete. Crosses the 50, the 40, and he's going to go all the way. This will be a Washington Lee Generals touchdown.
No flags in play. I think they're going to warm up the Generals band here.
Yeah. 79-yard pass play to Lyons down the right side.
With the pump fake, defender bit on the pump, 6 points. Safety a little too late to get over. The great part of that is with the pump fake not only held the safety in the middle of the field, but it also made the cornerback come up on the play. Perfect play call there on third and long.
Right. Yeah, it was a stop and go, I guess. and it did fool the safety as well. So here's Washington Lee now with a 7-point lead. Still a one-possession game even with this extra point. Now he's switching it up. There goes Shapiro again.
Yeah, with the flag going against Wakefield, half the distance to the goal.
You might as well.
Go for 2.
Yeah, try to make it a 2-score game.
Hey, but great series to come out of the locker room on.
Right, was that the 3rd or 4th play of the series of that of the opening half of the second half for Washington Lee? There's Gomez. He's got lots of room. He's definitely in. 2-point conversion now. 9-point Washington Lee lead. 22 to 13.
Left to go. It's the Generals 22, the Warriors 13.
I think that's the second time they ran that play in the goal line. Both times he's gone in untouched.
All right, 22 to 13, 10:33 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Chris Williams, Hafshin Banab, Arlington Independent Media's coverage of high school football. Our first game of the season. We wanted to, it should be like our 4th game of the season, but whatever. Hurricane Irene had something to say about that. Tropical Storm Lee had something to say about it. We did. We've had lots and lots of rain.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that I think you guys are a little scared to work in the rain or something like that. You know, but the good thing about the schools in Arlington is that they all have turf fields, so the games are going to go on.
And that they did too. There were some games, I think, after the first major storm we had, some of those games actually were postponed on the Friday, not necessarily in Arlington, but in Virginia, and they played like 3 or 4 games on a one football field on the Saturday.
Some of the games in Fairfax, they got moved. I think there was even a 9 o'clock football game.
Right, in the morning. They played from 9 to like 5.
And they moved to all the games, to all the turf fields in Fairfax just to get them in. And then they still, some games even went to Monday.
Hey, there we are.
Hey, does this work? Oh, I got excited.
Try to see what happens in this kickoff.
Yep. There's a flag already. Could this possibly have been offsides on the kickoff?
Yeah, it looks like the preliminary calls offsides.
All right, so move this one 5 yards back. Move it back 5 more yards, we'll be kicking NFL style.
Not sure we got the legs out here to put it in the end zone, though.
Oh, no. But this one is a deeper kick. Corey Moore's got to get it now. Oh, you couldn't ask for a better play. You couldn't ask for a better special teams play by Washington Lee.
It's only the second time they kicked it deep all day. I think Moore was kind of surprised that the ball came to him.
Right. Yeah, he was. You got to stay alert, though, right, Chris? I mean, he's got to be aware at all times.
Yeah, he's definitely not. It was one of those deals like, holy smokes, I think the ball's coming to me.
It's coming to me. It's actually going to bounce in front of me.
And then with the ball bouncing around like that, he just wasn't sure what to do.
All right, the big fella, Drew Powell, up out of the gun once again.
Long field once again for Wakefield.
Yep. There's the aforementioned Corey Moore. He is wide, and there's offsides. Corey Moore jumped the gun right away too.
And procedure is going to be the call against Wakefield.
All right, this will be first down now. First and 15. Here we go, out of the gun once again. Powell looking to throw, keeps it. Just gets past outside the 5-yard line.
Quarterback draw there. I think he was just trying to get some of that, some of those yards back, try to get the 5 yards they lost on the penalty.
So this will be second down.
Amen.
All right, 9:50 and counting here. Powell, across the middle, incomplete. Yeah, that one intended for Mark Parker.
Golazo!
22-13.
And I'm sitting back waiting for Powell to look to the right side.
Yeah,
Every play, it's been to his strong side, to the left side of the field.
Yep. Here he is, looking to the left, but he's going to go up the middle. Pick up some yards. Not enough for the first down, though.
Golazo!
All right, we're going to get a quick replay of this one. Yeah, let's take a look at how he's holding this ball. Chris, well, he's not holding it there. Here he is.
Yeah, definitely not protecting the ball at all.
No.
Something I saw in the game that he played against Yorktown. A couple times when he gets in the open field, he just, not protecting the football.
Plays a little more nonchalantly.
Lucky here that wasn't a turnover.
Right. There's another flag. We are inundated with penalties on the Wakefield side of the ball here since they've garnered possession here in the second half.
This one's going to be on Washington Lee,
though. Now talk about it. You not only the PA announcer at Yorktown, but a lot of people know you as the golf coach.
Yeah, I've been coaching the golf team now for 6 years. Won our district championship for back-to-back seasons. Won it 2 weeks ago down at Greendale. We're going to compete in the region tournament this coming Monday and Tuesday.
This coming Monday and Tuesday?
This coming Monday and Tuesday out at Twin Lakes.
That'll be the 3rd and the 4th of October.
Correct.
Yeah.
Getting pretty excited about it. We got a veteran team this year. Kind of funny. I got 7 seniors, 8 freshmen on the squad.
Oh, you got a good mix.
Yeah, I got a great group of seniors though. I'm going to miss those kids.
Oh, I'm sure. So how long you been coaching golf?
This is my 6th season coaching the golf team. This is our, and the 6 years that I've been coaching, this is the 3rd year that we won the district.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, I know you've played for Bruce Hanson. Let's go back to football for a minute. You played for Bruce Hanson years and years ago.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Years ago. No, just kidding.
Correct.
But
I played for Bruce.
He's still there.
The first year that he was at Yorktown, I was in 8th grade, and I played then. And then I played on his team in '89 that won the first region championship.
Okay. And then you ended up being his assistant for a while.
Correct. After college, I came back and I coached. I started coaching the summer passing league team while I was in college. I then joined his coaching staff. And then after that, retired a little bit and started announcing the games.
Now, Chris, you told me something that I didn't know. Tell everybody out there who Bruce Hanson played under.
Coach Hanson played for Lou Holtz back at William & Mary.
I had no idea.
And if you listen to Coach Hanson's pep talks before a game, you would know he played for Lou Holtz.
That's a good trivia question. And congratulations to Bruce Hanson. He just collected his 200th win earlier in September. He is the winningest. Oh, this one's blocked. That was Powell trying to kick it on 4th down. Had it blocked, and Washington Lee read that one all the way.
Looks like
they scored.
It looks like they tried a quick kick.
Yeah, he tried a quick kick. He tried a, yeah. He tried a quick kick. And it hit somebody. But Washington Lee, even a couple of the generals read that play though. They were clapping before that snap.
Yeah, they definitely weren't fooled on the play.
No, they knew something was up. So Washington Lee recovers and scores.
And you have to think that the play going into the half is a key to all this.
It hit somebody, that's true. It hit somebody in the back. Man, that must hurt though, because that was a hard kick. Look how far back that ball went.
Looks like it may hit one of his offensive linemen.
Extra point, kick long enough. Good. 29-13. But watch his kick again. Look how far that had to hurt, Chris. Look how far back that ball went. Look at that. All right. So with 8:39 to go in the third quarter, 29-13.
But you go back to that play at the half.
Right.
The play at the half, I think, is the key to how the second half started.
That could have been demoralizing.
Wakefield scores there. The scores, they're at 20.
Right.
It would have been 20-18, I think, at the time.
At that time, right. And it would have. And
you go into the locker room, you get the momentum on your side. It's homecoming. You're up. You're 0-4, but you're up at halftime at homecoming.
Right.
Unfortunate for them, but fortunate for Wakefield.
Right.
I mean, for Washington Lee.
And Washington Lee now on a 21-0 run. 21 unanswered points for the Generals. Wakefield was up 13-8. Now it's 29-13. Washington Lee on top.
And the key for Wakefield is that they're still in the ball game. You can't let this one get out of hand.
A lot of time left. 8:39 to go here, third quarter. You come back down and you score, you're right back in it. Score, you play good defense. All right, this one's going to go roll out of bounds. William Aravello lets that one go, so Wakefield will start off in good field position.
The key here is that they got to have a good drive here. They got to score, get this crowd back in the ball game. They had a great homecoming crowd. They were loud, they were cheering, they were in the ball game.
Right.
Now we need to get some points on this board to get this crowd back in the game.
The crowd certainly has quieted down. All right, now 1st and 10 for Powell and the Wakefield Warriors at the 35-yard line.
Four wide receivers here.
Yep, let's see what Powell does. He pitches it out to Moore. He's got some running room, crosses the 40, the 45, past midfield, the 45 of Washington Lee, down at about the 44-yard line. Nice run by Moore.
And see, I think that's a play that they have to keep running. Every time they run the option, they've had success.
21-yard pickup. Went to the right side on that one.
I was going to mention that.
21-yard pickup for Moore. Here it is, Chris.
So watch him. He makes it in, make a decision. You going to play me or are you going to play the halfback? The end took Powell. Powell pitches it. Halfback has the sideline. It's the whole key to the option play. You got to find out who's that unmanned, who's the guy that's unblocked, and make him make a decision on who he's going to play.
All right, ball now at the Washington Lee 44-yard line.
Never coming the opposite way. Takes the pitch.
Crosses the 40, loses a helmet. Picks up about 5 yards on that play, so it'll be 2nd down and 5. Good pickup there for Powell.
I think that was a Washington Lee helmet loose that time.
Was that a helmet loose? Yeah. It was a helmet. Somebody lost one.
I think if they stay with the options, I think they're going to have success.
All right, 2nd and 5. Now Powell this time. There it is, the option to pitch to Moore. He's going to try to cut it back. He gets close to the 1st down.
Corey Robinson on the carry for the Wakefield Warriors.
I think he's got it.
Right. All right, Corey Robinson now. He got it.
Quick pitch that time as the end crashed down on Powell.
All right, Powell now. He stays in the pocket. Being flushed out, spins around, gets some room, get to the 30.
Wow.
Made something out of nothing.
Without a doubt, had nothing there.
Picked up about 3 yards, call it 2nd down and 7.
You see him get flushed out of the pocket, then watch this whirling, twirling. I think this is the thing for Wakefield. They have to stay in positive yardage. 2nd and 7 is manageable. As long as they stay out of penalty trouble, I think they're going to be okay.
This drive, Chris, started on their own 35. They're at the Washington Lee 30, so they're gradually moving down the field. Or some people like to say they're matriculating their way down the field. All right, Powell again. Here keeps this one. He gets the first down to the 20. Good run by Powell. Carried a couple players with him.
Good strong one. Option play to the right once again. Saw the hole open up in the middle and just took it. You see once again, they run the option to the right side. Nobody in the middle. Powell just took it straight up there. Good heads up play by the quarterback.
All right, this will be now first down and 10. There is Dominique Garner. And he was flushed out and brought down.
Dominique Garner.
Yeah, Generals weren't fooled on this play. Got the pitch to the outside. Defensive end on that play, forced that play coming upfield.
All right, loss of yards there, so second down and long.
Before that play, one of the things I've liked about the Wakefield's offense in this drive, it's been quick. They get up to the line of scrimmage, they run the play, they're not wasting time. The tempo has definitely been picked up on the Wakefield side.
All right, Powell now. Oh, he unloads this one. This one's complete for a touchdown. And that was Mark Parker. We got the touchdown is the call.
I saw this play coming. They've been having such success with the option that I was just about to say, watch the pass.
Here it is, Chris. And pass Powell did. Boy, he was close to that line of scrimmage though, wasn't he?
Oh, that was real close. That's a great call by the offensive coaches for Wakefield. They ran the option play several times with success, and they just set up the pass off of it.
They did just that. Now it's 29-19, and they will go for the two-point conversion, which makes a whole lot of sense now. Powell rolling, throwing, complete.
Yeah!
And that is Corey Robinson. Boy, that was really close on that last play. See if we get a replay again, Christopher, because he was right there on the line of scrimmage.
Oh, it was real close.
The line of scrimmage is right around the 24-yard line. That's why.
Tough call there. It looks like as he started to throw the ball, he was behind. And it's curious to see whether or not he was forced over as he was throwing the ball or where the ball was released.
Well, the officials call it a touchdown. So it's 29-21. It's back to a one-possession game. Wakefield with a good defensive stop here. They come back and score and get another two-point conversion. Then this game is all tied up. So they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. There's 4:40 left in the third quarter. A long way to go.
Maybe next year Arlington Independent Media can get us the yellow line there for the first down and for the line of scrimmage. That's my vote.
If you get that. And get the little arrow on the field says 2nd and 10, whatever.
Exactly.
In the Wakefield colors or the WNL colors.
That's my vote.
You want the yellow line? You got it, my friend. We'll get the manual yellow line. We'll just have one person at one end of this, one person on the other sideline with a big yellow tape to set it down.
Squib kick.
Squib kick was loose for a second, but I think WNL got it back.
We got our man John down there on the field tonight. He can make it happen for us. I got all the confidence in the world in him.
Yeah, John Moriarty down there with Chris Chang and David Aronson. Doing a lot of the filming tonight. Yeah, David was the one that took that fall. You remember when they came out of the?
Oh, he took
tore that banner down.
Oh, he took a tough hit coming out of the chute, but hey, he's a trooper.
He is. John and I were talking about that earlier before you got here. I'm like, David can't just sit right there. And sure enough, it happened. But he is a trooper. Yeah, he loves what he's doing.
He definitely has to get some brownie points tonight because he's definitely playing hurt.
This is about a 4-yard gain now. I think that was Gomez.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Generals keep the ball on the ground here. They had success with it earlier.
They did.
Got an 8-point lead. Might want to run some clock.
We'll see what Shapiro has, if he has anything up his sleeve right now. All right, out of the I formation. Must have been April's cadence call. That was a good, we drew somebody off the Wakefield defensive line.
Yeah, he's definitely been able to get them to jump on the hard count all night. We've seen it work great down on the goal line. Every time they've scored, they've been able to go for 2.
All right, once again out of the I, 2 receivers on the near side. April with a handoff to Gomez. Moves over to the left, off tackle left, gets inside Wakefield territory to about the 46-yard line. So that's a good pickup, and that's more than enough for a first down.
We've seen Gomez run that play several times tonight. I don't think it's been stopped all night.
No, he's been quite successful.
Now, if you're Wakefield here, you got to get a stop. You just scored. You got the crowd kind of back into the ball game. You got a little momentum back on your side. You got to get a stop here. You got to find a way to get a stop.
3:20 and counting here in the third quarter. 29-21. Washington Lee on top with the ball. Again, out of the same formation. April looking to pass this time. It is complete over to Whitmore on the far side. First time he's caught the ball all night long. First time I think it was even thrown to him.
Surprising play call there by the Generals. I was expecting them to keep the ball on the ground here.
Right. There's another fake. Yep. Sam Appel, nope, he is taken down. And he loses a bunch of yards on this one.
And if you're Wakefield, that's a play that you needed to sack right there.
Right.
Stop some of this Generals' momentum going.
All right, now it's going to be 3rd and long. Big play right here, Chris. Huge play. All right, out of the gun. Appel to Whitmore. Whitmore's going to have to get there fast. He gets hit hard from behind, pushed forward. Enough for the first down, I think. Some of the Generals are calling for it.
Oh, he definitely picked it up.
He picked it up, but that was because of the tackle. Somebody, a Wakefield Warrior, got him from behind, but just pushed him forward.
Great call there by Shapiro. Short pass into the boundary.
Here it is again. Appel now to Whitmore. Watch from behind. Boom, right there.
They had trips receivers to that side. Whitmore was the outside receiver. The 2 other receivers ran down the field. He came in right behind him.
Yep.
Similar, almost running a pick in basketball.
Yeah. It worked for them. All right, 2:14 to go now.
Powell was in on the stop on that play.
Ball on the 30. There's a nice quick pitch. Good open field tackle on Whitmore.
One receiver to the wide side of the field. Pass was a little short, it bobbled a little bit, gave the defender time to catch up with him.
That is number 32 for Wakefield. Wakefield's roster does not have a 32.
In Jeddah.
But good job. All right, Appel now. This time he gets it. That is to number 84, Devon Lyons. He crosses inside the 5, bull rushing his way in for the end zone. And a touchdown, Washington Lee. Just like that, the Generals again score another touchdown. Wakefield playing good defense. And here it is. Lions just on the screen pass, and he just takes it all the way himself.
He's open on the screen pass. The guys are blocking downfield.
And Christopher, nobody was bringing him down.
No, the key there also, if you look, though, the guys from Wakefield were trying to go for the strip instead of trying to go for a tackle.
Right. Here it is. And look, he's trying to grab his jersey, trying to reach in around his waist.
Breaks that tackle there, trying to go for the strip.
Corey Robinson, that field goal, that extra point is good. Make it 35-21 Washington Lee. 1:19 to go here in the third.
And once he got inside the 5, he wasn't going to get stopped.
No. He just carried the rest of those players in.
Great answer by the Washington Lee Generals there. Wakefield went down the field, drove down the field and scored. And Washington Lee didn't sit back on the ball. They came right back down the field.
There's Kathy wiping off our lens. Thank you, Kathy. Now we can see much better.
See Robinson being talked to by the coaches there. I'm pretty sure one of the things he's telling them is that we got to go for the tackle, not for the strip.
Not for the strip, exactly. Yeah, my apologies. I've called him Corey Moore a few times. I've called him Corey Robinson a few times. The program has him as Corey Robinson. I've also heard some of the people over in the press box call him Corey Moore, so I don't know. That's what happens with first games.
Got to remind people all the time this is high school football.
Yeah. Sometimes the programs are inaccurate, or but we do our best.
We don't have SIDs out here to help us out.
No. And when we only have a number, we'll just call them that number. Looks like another one, Chris.
I think we're going to get the Generals for being offsides again.
Is that their second or third one tonight, right?
Mm-hmm. And if you look over here on the Wakefield sideline, you see a couple players getting stretched out, catching cramps.
Right.
A bit surprising here on a cool night like tonight that these kids would be still catching cramps out here.
Yeah, they are. There's at least two players. Yeah, one was Mark Parker. And the other one is that number 32 with a nice open field tackle a couple minutes ago. So now we're going to boot it up again. Nine minutes left in the Yorktown game. They're up 26-18. Looks like it's a good game over at Stewart. Now this was
another squib kick there. I don't think that one went 10 yards.
No, I don't think it did either. He sort of looked like, I want to replay that one, Charles. Looked like he kicked it towards the sideline, like he faced the sideline to kick it. That was interesting. They are really afraid of each other on special teams. I guess not. I'm not sure, but that just ended up over there. That was like a contortionist kick or something. Where's the kicker? It's the big fella. There he is. Yeah, he did. He kicked it over there.
Yep.
He swung his leg that way. He turned his body that way. Wakefield said, we're going to take this one inside Washington Lee territory. Shoot, why not?
Running the option again.
Yep. He gets taken down.
Nope.
No, he doesn't. He's still on his feet. Good eye, Chris. I thought he was taken down. Looks like there's a general down.
Then having any success, they had to keep running this option here.
Yeah, he broke one tackle. Not sure who is down for Washington Lee.
We got a general down. Looks like we got a Wakefield Warrior down also.
Yep.
So, actually, how many years have you been doing these games here on Arlington Independent Media?
Too many. I love doing it. Love doing it. I'm not quite sure exactly how many years. I started in, I think it was 94. But there was a period in there where we didn't, maybe it was 93, a period in there where we didn't do it, about maybe a 3 or 4 year period. So maybe 15 years,
okay,
I guess.
And you're the fixture of all these broadcasts. I mean, you've been through several colormen with you, but it seems like you're like the mainstay of Arlington Independent Media football.
It's been a lot of fun, and then, you know, I get called back, so as long as they call me, I'll do it. But I enjoy it. I have a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with you tonight. I'm glad you could join us.
I'm having a ball tonight.
And we're definitely going to pencil you in for some. I know you can't do every game. I know you can do a couple more.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to coming back. Anytime you guys ask me to come back, I'm like you. If you ask me to come back, I'm back.
That sounds like a plan, my friend.
Having a great time. It's a different perspective to be at this end of the, watching the game this way as opposed to, watching every play, calling out what happens on the play. So I'm enjoying it.
Oh, good.
A lot more relaxing this way.
It is, isn't it? It's just like, we have a little platter up here. We're good to go, maybe here's Powell again on the keeper. Crosses the 30. Gets a lot of those yards back. Powell's coming up, shaking a little, limping a little bit.
Option look again there. It's definitely something they saw going into the half, that they've been working the option the second half. And Washington Lee hasn't stopped it.
Okay, yeah. Powell now looking underneath, intercepted. Picked off by the Washington Lee Generals. Off to the races, looks like it's number 8. Crossing back, across midfield. Look at him go. Touchdown, Washington Lee.
No flags.
None.
Looks like number 89.
Yeah. Harrington returns that 15-pound.
Unfortunate interception.
Yeah, unfortunate for sure.
They gave the option look again. Pass behind him. Tip ball, number 8, just fortunate.
Good block by the big fella, number 54 for WNL. Harrington
so getting back to all the years that you've been doing this game, what's been bringing you back?
I was hoping I'd get to say that. It's high school football.
Harrington was definitely Johnny on the spot on that one.
Throughout those years, Chris Jerry, someone I went to school with. We worked at a radio station together. We graduated after. Makes it 36-21. Didn't hear from him for a while. One day he called me up and said, "Hey, Abshin, you want to broadcast some high school football games?" Here's when I started, Chris. And then back then it was called at Yorktown. I remember this. Television.
Right.
Mike Geeter was the player there.
Okay.
There was John before Devin. Now there's Devin. Ended up going to the Patriots briefly. I think John Linnell, but one or 2 years maybe. 1 or 2 years.
He played for UNC and
New England Patriots. Yeah. And some of the fans. People come up and say hi to UNC, right? It's interesting. It's nice. I just like the camaraderie. I like the crew. Charles Smith, Mateo Adi.
Powell hit as he released it. Well, you're definitely without a doubt
the hand of
the voice.
The receiver. Well, that's what they used to call him. Man. I don't want to hear
you are the voice of Arlington High School football, without a doubt.
Well, thank you, but I like 84 yards. I like doing it. So yeah, but that's how long ago it was. Mike Geeter was like one of the first players that I done it with.
And now Geeter's been on Bruce's staff for a while now.
It's been a hell of a while. A lot of those guys come back.
Yeah, that's the cool part about I think other people on the Yorktown staff.
I make my mistakes, man.
Coach Avila, both have been with Bruce all 26 years he's been there.
I can't
and then after that,
all the time,
almost everybody on his staff have played for Bruce at some point.
But I try. But as the season progresses, I always
keeping it in the family. Right.
All right. So maybe in a couple games from now, I'll be all, that makes it now. I'll be out a 43-21 lead as we in the third quarter. Chris Collins.
Exactly. That
every time it looks like Wakefield, they come back and they do something positive. Oh man, they do something negative. Right?
They can't they just can't get that train going downhill.
Yes, he's going to cross midfield.
Like you said, every time they get something positive going, there's a penalty, or now we have a turnover.
Yeah, Chris, I've had.
They needed a score there to get back in this ball game.
I mean, I got to meet you years ago. All right, 43-21. He
always
is
passing
Williams. I'm Afshin
information.
Benab. This is Arlington Independent Media's
keeper.
coverage of high school football. Coming to you from Wakefield High School. And before we
Al fresco.
Al fresco. Well, yeah, welcome to our broadcast booth. Whatever you want to call it. We're like our banner, though, right? We're going to work on. You're going to do it before the game's 43-21. Comcast 69, Verizon Files 38.
The next time we get the information.
Homecoming for the Wakefield Warriors.
They got another touchdown on the scoreboard.
Wakefield's going to have 12 minutes here. Let's see if they can try to salvage something here.
You know,
it's a lot of fun. I enjoy the game.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice being a
Wakefield.
Yorktown
I know a lot of
graduate
these players are
and
like,
then
I
working
just
at
want to go home
Yorktown and
right
playing
now.
for Bruce, coaching with Bruce. A little cool tonight too as
It
well.
is cool.
That community. But I think the
makes
key
games
though
fun
for
for
Wakefield is
them.
that they
Real
can
family,
get
you
something
guys,
positive on this
Been there
drive
forever,
right
man.
here.
It's
They
a
got to
staple
make
of
something
community, no
happen
doubt about it.
here, and I think that they get that momentum going. They might be able to turn something around. Might not have enough time, but it's football. I think it would, but I enjoy it.
Both of these
Now,
teams.
you keep in
winless.
touch with any of the
coming off.
teammates you had when you played?
Yeah, I am.
Great season last year.
Still today, one of my closest friends, Stacy Turner, who used
Started
to
off this
coach
year
at
0-4.
Yorktown, is now the offense coordinator
Kickoff.
at Wilson, who we play every year. And
It's taken at
Stacy
the
and I
30-yard
talk
line.
weekly.
That is
I see a lot of guys coming back. to
William
the games
Aravello.
every week. It's kind of funny now
Aravello,
because
I
I
should
see
say.
like the guys I grew up with. They're bringing their kids back to the games.
And the Warriors
So it's
again
a lot
was
of
rough
fun,
and
looking at seeing them with their kids
excellent
and things like that.
field
Back.
position.
They have great field position
Now,
again.
I'm a
Only
graduate of Wilson,
a couple
so
times tonight they've
I've
been
come
backed
just
up
to see some of the games
in the shadows of their
between
own
Yorktown and
goalposts.
Wilson at Yorktown, and
But they got to make something happen here.
I don't believe Wilson.
I think they're going to continue to run the option. Yeah, Yorktown.
There was one that they almost won that we actually covered about 4 or 5 years ago, where Wilson, they had his like a 30-yard pass, and the receiver
Looks
for
like
the
number
Tigers, the
89.
Wilson Tiger receiver,
Wilbert
dropped it
Perkins,
going inside the 5.
6'2", 215
As time was
pounds.
literally expiring.
Yeah, it's
Junior
been
tight
a great
end.
series.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
been like
it's-
8-0, right?
Yorktown's won all 8 games, and
Yeah.
but they've been good games.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, the games
absolutely.
aren't blowouts. I mean, they're nice, good games. So getting back to all the years that you've been doing this game, what's been bringing you back?
Oh, I like, well, it's high school football, for one. The people I've met throughout those years. Chris Jerry, someone I went to school with. We worked at a radio station together. We graduated after, didn't hear from him for a while. One day he called me up and said, "Hey, Afshin, you want to broadcast some high school football games?" And then back then it was called Arlington Community Television.
Right.
And then there was John before Devin. Now there's Devin Gallagher, our producer. John Linnell before him, Got to meet people like you, Frank Haddock, some of the fans. People come up and say hi to you sometimes. It's just interesting. It's nice. I just like the camaraderie. I like the crew, Charles Smith, Mateo Adi.
Well, you're definitely, without a doubt, the voice.
Well, that's what they used to call me, man. I don't want to hear all
You
that
are
stuff.
the voice of Arlington High School football, without a doubt.
Well, thank you, but I like doing it. I like doing it, so and a lot of people have done it with me, and it's a lot of fun. It's a hell of a lot of fun.
Well, they keep asking you back, so I think other people are enjoying it as well.
Oh, I make my mistakes, man. No bones about it. I can't get the numbers right all the time, or the players right, but I try. But as the season progresses, I always get that into a groove.
Right.
Which is, which is good. So maybe in a couple games from now, I'll be, I'll be Al Michaels. Does that make you Chris Collinsworth?
Exactly. That works for me.
Does that work for you? Oh, man. Actually, Marv Albert, right? Yes. There's Drew Powell. And yes, he's going to cross midfield and get a few yards and take the chain down with him. The yard marker down with him. But yeah, Chris, I've had a lot of fun. I got to meet you years ago when you sitting up there at Yorktown, always passing me some kind of information.
Powell here in the keeper.
There he is. And before we go, by the way, you do have to give us your Yorktown touchdown.
All right, we'll work on that tonight.
Nothing to work on. You're going to do it before the game's over.
We'll get that.
Or touchdown Yorktown, I'm sorry.
The next time we get the information of the Yorktown game, let's hopefully they got another touchdown on the scoreboard.
You know, that's what you do best, man. You're excellent at it.
It's a lot of fun. I enjoy the game.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of nice being a Yorktown graduate and then working at Yorktown and playing for Bruce, coaching with Bruce, and just being a part of that community. It makes the games fun for me.
It's a real family you guys have. He's been there forever, man. He's a staple of the community, no doubt about it.
But it's, you know, it's one of those things that would be interesting if I didn't have that connection with the school, if I would still feel that way as I'm working the game.
Right.
I think it would, but, you know, I enjoy it.
Now, do you keep in touch with any of the teammates you had when you played?
Yeah, I am.
Today?
Still today, one of my closest friends, Stacy Turner, who used to coach at Yorktown, is now the offense coordinator at Wilson, who we play every year. And Stacy and I talk weekly. I see a lot of guys coming back to the games every week. It's kind of funny now because I see, like, the guys I grew up with, they're bringing their kids back to the games. Mm-hmm. And so it's a lot of fun, you know, looking at, you know, seeing them with their kids and things like that back at the games.
Now, I'm a graduate of Wilson, so I've come just to see some of the games between Yorktown and Wilson at Yorktown, and I don't believe Wilson's won any in that series yet, right?
Yeah, Yorktown.
There was one that they almost won that we actually covered about 4 or 5 years ago, where Wilson, they had this, like a 30-yard pass, and the receiver for the Tigers, the Wilson Tiger receiver, dropped it going inside the 5 as time was literally expiring.
Yeah, it's been a great series.
But it's been like 8-0, right?
Yorktown's won all 8 games, and but they've been good games.
Oh,
I mean, the games aren't blowouts. I mean, they're nice, good games.
Yeah, I've enjoyed going to Greenbrier Stadium and watching my Tigers lose. Powell keeps it again, crosses the 40, the 35, loses the ball out of bounds, but he was holding it like a loaf of bread there at the last minute.
Powell and the quarterback keeper again has to protect the football. You see Powell and the keeper goes straight up the middle. One guy touches him there. But he has to protect the football, especially at this point in the game when you're down 22 points with 11 minutes left.
Right.
You got to protect the football. But he picked up the first down, so.
Yes. 33-26, Yorktown on top of Stewart, 5 minutes to play. There's a fumble.
Another play that they've had success off the option look. The option has been setting up everything for them in the second half. Here's Powell faking the option. Receiver streaks right down the middle of the field.
Apparently at the Yorktown-Stewart game, Chris, you'll like to know this. It's the night of the missed extra point. Stewart has missed 3 and Yorktown has missed 2.
And the scary thing is that those things always come back to haunt you.
Stewart has fumbled 5 times, Yorktown 4 times. So it's a sloppy game, it looks like. Yorktown recovered all their 4 fumbles, though.
Powell on the option once again to the left side. Not much there that time.
No.
Wakefield's inside the 10-yard line here. They have to try to find a way to punch this one in. If they're going to have any chance to come back in this game, they got to punch this in.
All right, 10 minutes now, 4th quarter. Powell, there's the blitz again. Amazingly, he stayed on his feet even that long.
And he almost lost the football again.
Yeah, he is one elusive guy. It is hard to get him down.
But if you're Wakefield, you got to find a way to punch this in as soon as possible.
9:20 and counting now here, 4th quarter, 43-21. Afshin Banab, Christopher Williams, Arlington Independent Media. Wakefield's homecoming from Warrior Field. 3rd down now. There's a throw. May have been tipped away, but it's incomplete. Possibly tipped away at the last second. But possibly number 8.
I think there's Harrington sitting back on that pass again.
That was Harrington again. Yeah, there. He got it, a little bit of it. He got a whiff of that ball.
He got enough of it just to break his vision, touch the ball a little bit. Incomplete pass. It's a good thing that pass went a little bit lower.
Right. It could have been another.
Harrington might have gone twice.
Another pick 6. That would have been like a 103-yard one touchdown. All right, this is a 4th down play now for Wakefield. High snap. Powell throws it. Intercepted. And the Washington lead.
Returns the interception. However, he's not in the program.
You hear our man Frank Haddock over there. He mentioned the number for the general who returned the interception. He's not in the program, he says.
We feel his pain over here tonight.
Yes, we do.
Powell got a little pressure.
Man, there's so much movement, I can't even see his number anyway.
Now the defense has to step up here. They got Washington Lee inside the 1-yard line. They got to make a play here.
8:55 to go. Another flag.
Call's going to go against Wakefield. 5-yard penalty is going to give the Journal just a little bit more room.
A little bit, and I'm sure they'll take that because.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, you know how dangerous it is back there.
I have a feeling that my man Gomez is coming up the middle.
All right, let's see.
I think he's coming right between the right guard and tackle. I gave it to the fullback.
Is that Fred Williams? May have been Fred Williams. Nonetheless, 8:40 and counting, 43-21. And this will still be, that was a short game, so.
And if you're Washington Lee, all you want to do is just keep the clock running.
And they are doing that.
Keep the clock running. If you're Wakefield, you want to try to get a stop.
Both these teams looking for their first win. This may be Gomez. No, it's not Gomez. And there's a fumble. Ball's loose. Rolls out of bounds. Think he may have been down anyway, and the ground cannot cause a fumble. See if we can get a replay of that one now. There's the quarterback with the handoff. That may have been Javon Watson on that carry.
Yeah, it looks like he was definitely down by the time that ball came out. No.
Oh, boy.
No, that ball was loose.
Yeah. That's a fumble.
I think Paul needs to throw the red flag.
There's Devin Parker. He's got a lot of running room, and he's going to score. There's nobody within 5 yards of him. Touchdown, Washington Lee.
I think this was going to come back. Flag on the play.
They're going to bring this one back. And
we're seeing the replay of the previous play. And unfortunately in high school football we don't have the replay rule here. The ball was definitely coming out there. You can see the ball bouncing off the ground there before he hits the ground. This was the NFL. The coach can throw the red flag out there. The referee goes under the hood. And I think that would have been called a fumble, but if he saw as the play continued, the ball was kicked out of bounds, so it would have stayed Washington Lee's football.
That's true. Right, it would have stayed Washington Lee's football, so there was no harm, no foul.
Inside handoff there.
Inside handoff.
I think the Generals here are going to be content just to keep the ball on the ground here and just
run the clock out. 7:20 to go. Up by 3 scores. Ruin Wakefield's homecoming. Go home yourself, right?
Yeah, but hey, they get their. Looks like they're on the way to their first win of the season.
Yeah, and congratulations to Shapiro and the Washington Lee Generals. And there's still 7 minutes left, and anything can happen. And actually, the crowd has gotten really quiet. Some have even left.
Yeah, but there's a lot of Wakefield students still here, though.
Still a lot of them here. They're just quieter, aren't they?
Good play by the defense there, making a stop in the backfield. You got to give these guys credit, though. They're still them there in the trenches fighting, not letting this one get away.
They they got a lot of heart.
Oh, without a doubt. It's like we were talking before the game, just looking at the Wakefield sideline. There's a lot more players out there than what I saw them in week 2 at Yorktown.
Right, there was maybe 20, I think. 22.
I think there was 22, 23 players on the sideline. So definitely, that's a positive.
That was a 3rd down play right there, if you're keeping track. We'll be at Washington Lee High School and War Memorial Stadium for football under the Friday Night Lights next week as the Falls Church Jaguars come roaring into town.
It'll be the Thursday Night Lights next week.
Well, actually, it'll be Thursday Night Lights, won't it? Right. It will be a Friday edition, a Thursday edition of football under the Friday Night Lights.
That last play was a heads-up play by April.
Yeah.
Broken play. He just took the ball down. Knew there was no need to try to make anything out of it.
Okay, this is 4th down now.
Punts have been interesting tonight, so let's see what happens on this one.
Corey Robinson will pick it up finally and take it.
I think he waited a little too late for that. It looked like he was trying to watch his blocker and see where the defenders were, but I think he waited just a little too late to pick that ball up. Wasn't much there by the time he got it. Nice endo-ram punt, though.
Yes, it was. And then Wakefield will start again. Really good field position. Really quickly, Washington Lee and Falls Church at WNL next week. We have a bye-in there. We've got Falls Church at Yorktown. That game is Friday, October 21st.
That'll be homecoming for the Patriots.
Right, homecoming for the Patriots. Right, we got another homecoming game. Stewart at WNL, and then we round it out, of course, back at Greenbrier Stadium. You know, the big one, the finale, the last shebang, if you will. Washington Lee at Yorktown. That one is Friday, November 4th. So those are the games we have slated. We might try to fit one more game in there. There is a bye week we have.
Powell completes the pass. Strong throw here across the middle. Kid has a gun.
He does have a gun. All right, here's Powell again. Pressured, rolls out, gets a good block. Staying on his feet, spins back. He does not want to go out of bounds. Again, handling that ball like a loaf of bread.
But watching Powell when he gets flushed out of the pocket, it's almost like watching a Madden football game. You know, the kid has a great spin move.
Yeah, he does. He's big. He's big. He's elusive.
He's a little slow getting up on that play. Referees call timeout. Now they're winding the clock again.
Now tell me something about the WNL Yorktown series. Now, how did it end up that they were always going to be the last game of the season? Do you have any idea?
I think it's always been that way. I think because the schools are so close together, that's rivalry week almost, even like in the college ranks as well. That last home game seems to be like your biggest rival.
All right, Powell now. He's going to throw it, unload it down the middle of the field, incomplete. Mark Parker again. Yeah, he wasn't even moving. He was at a standstill position. He stops and he throws.
Almost he's the guy holding on to him, and he just like effortless throws the ball 40 yards down the field.
I guess we forgot to mention he's also got arm strength
Yeah.
to go with speed.
And a kid definitely has a cannon behind him.
Powell, the 6'2", 215-pound senior.
Flag on the play looks like it's going to go against the Generals. And get it back to like the Yorktown Washington League. You can remember for a long time the three schools were not in the same district.
True.
You know, Yorktown and Washington League were always in the same district together, and Wakefield, even though all three of the schools played each other, Wakefield was always in a different district.
Right.
Sort of like Miami, Florida, and Florida State now, but Miami and Florida State being in the same conference.
We'll see how long that lasts, right?
Yeah, Powell had nobody to throw the ball there, too.
Yeah.
I think he was just getting rid of it.
Yeah, Wakefield, you know, obviously they have their county rivals. Stewart is a bit of a rival for Wakefield just because of the
proximity, yes.
Yeah, they're just a few miles apart, not even, I think, less than 5 miles apart, right?
Right. Wakefield timeout. So it's one of those things that you're ending the season and playing your rival. You know, a lot of teams, Madison, Oakton, and they end their season that way. I think they call it the Outback Bowl out there because it's a game, sponsored by Outback. Stewart and Falls Church, they end their season every year playing each other. I think that game's called like the Bell game, because they're playing.
The Bell game.
They're playing for a bell.
Yeah.
And so it would be kind of nice if, with all these years that Yorktown and Washington Lee have been playing each other in the following game, that maybe they can come up with some kind of trophy or some kind of prize that each school can take home with them. Especially now that Washington Lee got that win. It makes your rivalry a little bit different now.
And then if you win, you can go to the other sideline, the sideline of the opposing team, and take that trophy for the year.
Exactly.
And bring it back together.
Awesome play for Wakefield.
Yep. There it is. There's Corey Robinson. Cuts back again, stays on his feet.
Fumble
the ball. Wakefield recovers. That's an excellent idea.
It used to be when Washington Lee was the only high school. They used to play GW in Alexandria for the Oaken Bucket.
Right, okay. There's that fumble again, but it was recovered by Wakefield, and they get to keep it.
And they still got the first down on the play.
3:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. 43-21, Washington Lee on top.
Powell flushed out of the pocket again.
Again, he fumbles the ball. Now we have to wait and see who recovers. Washington Lee isn't calling for it. They're not calling for it, so Wakefield probably will retain possession. And there he goes. He just
Wakefield ball.
Carried that ball and let it go.
Yeah, he's definitely nonchalant about protecting the football tonight.
Now, Christopher, my guys, the Michigan Wolverines, they play Minnesota. It's called the Little Brown Jug game.
There you go.
There's actually a little brown jug they play for. It's like, here's that replay again. Yep. Little brown jug, like, I don't know, 90 years now they play for it. Something like that. All right, Powell stays in the pocket, throws it across the middle. Did he catch that one? That's complete.
That was a great catch there.
Yeah,
great catch.
It was. Well, that was Mark Parker. He got that one.
Wakefield's on the move here. Just trying to salvage something here.
Okay, this is 1st and 10 now. Powell
going
to the right side. Touchdown. Corey Robinson. Corey Moore.
I think Frank has us confused tonight.
I know.
I think he may be confused over there tonight.
Good catch by number 22, Corey. We know your first name is Corey. We apologize. We'll try to get that straight next time we cover you guys. But good catch, 43-27.
It's a big play for Wakefield. If anything, it salvages something coming out of this game. They were able to move the ball down the field, get a score out of it, get the 2-point conversion here.
There you go.
Now, if they don't come back and win this game with a minute and 47 seconds left, it's momentum going into the next game.
Down by 14.
Inside 2 minutes here, looks like the crowd's starting to thin a little bit here on the home side.
It's a high-scoring contest tonight.
I think both teams proved that they were ready to score just in the opening series of the football game. Wakefield goes down the field and scores. Washington Lee comes back down the field and score. I mean, both teams definitely came out. I mean, they came out blazing tonight, giving it all that they had. But like we said at the beginning, somebody's going to get a win. Somebody's going to go 0-5.
Yeah. Yep.
Curious to see what happens on this kickoff here.
Ball makes it through everybody. They look like the Bad News Bears there, but they recover. Yeah, we'll cover Washington Lee's game at Falls Church, or at W&L against Falls Church. Wakefield, they play Hayfield next week, right here at Warrior Field. So that's a tough one.
That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
Flag on the play. Looks like it's going to go against Wakefield.
Yep. Minute 44 to go. 43-29. Washington Lee on
now
top.
If you're Washington Lee, I think they're just going to keep the ball on the ground here. Minute 44 left. Let's get out of here. Make sure nobody gets hurt.
Right.
Get ready to take on Falls Church next week. And for Wakefield here, these guys they're going to be crawling, crying, scratching for the ball, trying to pry that ball loose. Now's when you go for the strip.
It looks like this is Gomez, I believe. Tony Gomez down the left side. Man, did he get some running room. He turned that corner.
Tony Gomez on the run for the Generals.
Tony the Tiger right there. Check this out, Chris.
Watch Tony as he hits the sideline and just runs the rail.
Good run.
Interesting tonight that both teams have run both teams have had big plays running into the boundary.
Yeah.
And typically you want to stay away from running plays to the boundary because the sideline's like, it's like another defender. But they continue to run the ball into the boundary successfully tonight.
Yeah. Yep. And they're just going to kneel on it as we hit the minute 15 mark. Clock ticking inside of a minute. There it is, up to a minute 5 now.
It looks like Shapiro just wanted to get that one more first down out of it. And then he was at the point where he knew he can run the clock out.
As the game draws to a close, we thank supporters from Washington Lee and Wakefield.
Did you see Washington Lee come back out again and what they call the victory formation?
Wakefield will be right back here against Hayfield. And also remember, you can
that'll
view
do
this
it.
game on Arlington Independent Channel.
Probably have to get one more play
They
off.
have to play one more play, and then that'll be it.
There it is, 33 seconds now.
At 11 a.m. next Saturday. We thank Devin Gallagher and his hardworking staff.
Well, actually, thanks for having me out, man.
My friend.
I had a ball.
I'm glad. No,
I enjoyed it.
We'll get you out again.
Oh, definitely.
We want to get you out again.
This has been a lot of fun. I'd love to do it again.
Good. You're making me look good, too, because I'm messing up tonight, so I appreciate that.
No, it's definitely interesting. You know, I'm so used to working in the press box, sometimes having one, maybe two spotters. So it's kind of fun out here tonight, just, you know, you and I watching the game and watching what happens. So it's keeping me on my game as well, giving me that confidence that I won't tell my spotter that, though.
We love to have you back out here again if it works out for you with your schedule. I know you got Yorktown's away for the next couple of weeks. Maybe we can get you in another game.
Oh, I'd love to come back. Right. And if I can get away from my little guy at home, my little 3-month-old at home.
Yeah, congratulations on that, by the way.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
3 months old now.
I got a little 3.5-month-old little son at home named Riley. So it was hard getting away from him today. So if I can get away from him again, I'll definitely come out and do the game again.
Well, you know, Riley, if you're listening, let Pops come out for one more game if you don't mind. Just one more game, Riley. That's all. Final score, Washington Lee 43. Yorktown, or Wakefield, oh boy, I shouldn't have said that. Wakefield 29, 43-29. Washington Lee over Wakefield at Wakefield's homecoming. Do you have a final score of that Yorktown game?
I'm checking now, still haven't got a final yet. I knew you've been getting the scores too.
I've been getting them too. I don't, let me see if I can check real quick. I don't think so. Nope, I got nothing.
Makes me a little nervous.
They were up by a little bit with a few minutes to go. Final thoughts of this game, my friend?
I think both teams came out. Fighting.
They did. They came out like gangbusters.
I mean, Wakefield came out. They ran opening kickoff back, had a penalty on the play, which brought it back, and then they still scored on that drive. Washington Lee came back and answered, and I just think that Washington Lee just had just a little bit more for Wakefield tonight. They Washington Lee played a little bit more consistent than I thought Wakefield did. But you know, you go back to the play at the end of the first half. If that's called a touchdown, it's hard to say what'll happen. They take that momentum going into the locker room at halftime. You're up at homecoming. You know, that's a big deal to an 0-4, an 0-4 team.
That play changes. If that's the touchdown, as it looks like it was, your whole game plan may change at the opening of this. Your defensive game plan changes.
Oh, without a doubt.
With how you kick off to Washington Lee and what kind of defense you want to establish. The score is totally different then.
Oh, and unfortunately for Washington Lee, they get to take that momentum into the locker room because they scored, and Wakefield came down and didn't score before the half, and they came back out in the second half and just kept building on that momentum and moving the ball down the field. But a great game to watch tonight. It was great, and it was great. It was our first broadcast of the season. We're at WNL next week for Falls Church in Washington Lee. For Christopher Williams and the rest of the Arlington Independent Media crew, I am Afshin Banab. Christopher, by the way, thank you once again. Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it, all right?
Thank you.
For Devin Gallagher,
I'd love to come back.
We're going to have you back. Devin Gallagher and the rest of the AIM staff, AIM. Comcast 69, Verizon Files 38. Good night. Reminding you once again the final score here at Wakefield. Washington Lee 43, Wakefield 29. Have a good evening, everyone.